Hello everyone, it is Amy. First of all, I want to start this video off with a huge thank you to my subscribers. I don't have very many, and I know I have very little. I have only 27, but I'm starting to really appreciate the little things in life, and just to think that anyone subscribes to this channel is just kind of like weird for me. I actually have a story to tell, and unlike most of my videos, I'm going to try to stay pretty focused. And the first thing I'm going to do is spit out my gum. Because I tried to make this video actually 3 times already, and once I had to change it because I got so off topic at one point that I was like, okay, no, this isn't going to happen. And the next, it didn't upload, so oops. Okay, so I'll just fix my ring. Okay. I kind of wanted to share a story about growing up and thinking about the past and how it kind of affects you. And one thing that I really want to focus on is like being a younger sibling. And being really the baby of the family like I am, I just kind of had this moment of like, did I really have my own friends who really liked me, or did I really have people that just kind of pitied me for being like the younger sister and kind of like following my older sisters around, my older siblings, I only have one sister, my older siblings around, so they kind of like had to deal with me. So I'm kind of like focusing back on that, and normally I don't really kind of think about that past because I'm like 20 now, and back then I was like 10, so I was kind of like thinking like what brought this up, and as I was thinking this, something kind of happened. So I'm going to try to start this at a really good point. I'm going to start with my past, or at least a little bit of it. When I was a kid, I grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and we all know New Jersey is like the armpit of the United States. Too long, it would have just drove you crazy as well. But anyway, and I just remember having 3 really good friends, and the 2 girls that I was friends with were mostly my sister's age, and I kind of always felt like they just tolerated me. And then there was a boy on our side of the street named Andrew, and I don't know, I really liked him as a kid because he was more fun, kind of like fantasy world. Like he had a really good imagination. He made up really fun games, and I just remember like a lot of that kind of influenced me where I am now. And he was mostly friends with my older brother Adam, and Adam was always a person I think who felt like people didn't really believe in what he was going to become in the future. Like they didn't really have faith that he'd go anywhere or that he'd even make it to a certain age. And the way that he was just, you know, he didn't care. I mean, like, he proved everyone wrong. He moved out at a good age. He got married to this beautiful girl who's like petite and like really just like girlish and cute and wears pink, and she's like all into heavy metal, and this is like really perfect for my brother. She's adorable. She's adorable. And I just remember watching him grow up, and he was really into like video games and the fantasy world, and things like that. So I kind of grew up liking what he became. So at one point we moved away from the people and Andrew, and then I grew up and I got a Facebook and I added Andrew, and I was like thinking, the same thing I thought back then. Like, I was just the kid that hung around with the older siblings. And as I grew up, I started noticing a difference to what I liked and a difference to what my sister liked. Like, as my sister grew up, she was very much into partying and not staying at home playing video games. It seemed like the only thing she was really interested in was hanging out with people and going out, and she's more proactive, or not proactive, she's just more active. So, as she did that, I started to notice that I became more like my older brother and the people that we used to hang out with, or at least Andrew, wanting to do adventures and play video games that kind of open the experience in my mind and just kind of like open my imagination a little bit more. And as I got older, I started watching YouTube videos from this one person. I'm going to mention him because I really do support what he does. He's a YouTuber that not only does what I believe he loves doing, but he raises a lot of money for charities, and I kind of really want to support that. So I'm going to mention his name here, and hopefully whoever watches this is like, oh, hey, that sounds like a really cool person. Okay, so, but anyway. So I watch Markiplier videos, and at one point I went online and I did a bit strips. And if you don't know what a bit strips is, it's an app on Facebook or your phone, and it's like you make comic books out of your life. And I just remember at one point I was doing surgery on my sister. My avatar was doing the surgery on my sister, and I was yelling at the nurse to shut up. And Andrew, the kid from my past who I always felt like only hung out with me because he had to tolerate me, commented on it. And I'm like, okay, we've had conversations before. He's just agreeing with something. But this conversation went on for a while. And then the next day he posted videos that I've never seen before of the animated version of Markiplier, which is really, really funny. And I was just kind of like, whoa, hold on, like, did we find something in common? Did that just happen? Did Markiplier save a friendship? So, we're going back and forth, and he's telling me about the videos that he likes, and, other people that he follows, and I'm telling him about the videos that I like, and what I enjoy watching. So I started bonding with him, and I really started feeling like a kid again, because what we did when we were kids, we'd fool around, like play video games or pretend we were in a fantasy world. We used our imaginations, and I just remember thinking like how much my sister has changed and how much like I have become that person that I believed I was when I was a kid, that fun person. And now I'm just thinking about it, like, it's amazing. If I stayed in Elizabeth, I wonder how much, like, how I would still be friends with Andrew, and what Sheila would be like. And it just kind of, like, blows my mind to think that way, because I don't normally, stick to the past. If you see my videos, my past is not my best thing. And this is a good memory, though, and it's been a while since I've been able to sit here and think about past good memories. So I guess you can say that, like, growing up, you really choose who you want to be, and your past plays a big part of it, and people do change, like my sister, but it really doesn't matter because it's who you become. And you should never hide who you are, because there's always that one person who's kind of being who he is or she is, and kind of like looking around for that person to share that similarity with, and you're hiding from them. So always be yourself. Watch videos from Markiplier, and use the Bitstrips app. pretty much my point is, it's good to be alive, okay? And it's good to have friends growing up who you've had since you were like the age 10 to you're like 20, and still seeing that you do have things in common with them, and that's always pretty interesting. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're new to this video and you kind of want to hear more of my stories, then go ahead and click subscribe. You don't have to. I'm not forcing you to. I'm not doing anything magical with this. It's just kind of like a small thing on the side. And yeah. And I hope your days are as great as mine was. And have a great life. Night, morning, wherever you are. Good job. With life. I don't know. I'm so confused right now. I am very tired. I literally have no sleep in me at all. I literally stayed up all night and all day. Just pulling all-nighters and all-dayers. Anyway, so thanks so much for, oh yeah, this has gone on long enough. Yeah. So thanks so much, and really have a good day. Bye.